Alliance San Diego, a nonpartisan voter engagement program, reports it mobilized 11% of San Diego voters in the November election. Here with further details on how this came about and what it means for other local elections are Chris Wilson, Director of Civic Engagement with Alliance San Diego, and Michael Odom, a UC San Diego graduate student and researcher of civil rights and political history. Thank you both for being here.
Thank you.
Chris, how many people did the Alliance reach out to, and how'd they do it?
Well, we reached out to more than 75,000 voters, and we used a predictive dialing system, which is a modern-day phone banking operation. We also did door-to-door knocking, robocalls. We had, very prominent people in the community record calls, and we contacted voters that way. And then lastly, we did a mailer.
Which did you find most effective?
Most effective are the door-to-door conversations. When you have a person talking to a person face-to-face who looks like them, speaks their same language, we're able to build a rapport with the voters.
Now, how were you able to track that the people that you talked to actually voted?
Well, we use Political Data Incorporated. It's a voter data system that allows us to create a universe of voters and then go back and input data after we have a conversation, and it tracks the data for us.
Let's take a little look at this numbers. The analysis you had of the engagement program found that in November 2012 election, that 81% of the people that ASD reached out to and talked to voted, compared to 72% of the new citizens citywide. When it came to U.S. born, 82% that you reached out to voted, compared to 76%. And if we break that out further by ethnicity, an 85% turnout of African Americans that you contacted,
yes,
versus 69% among Latinos, 77% compared to 65%, and among Asian and Filipinos, 77% compared to 69%. Now, Michael, these may not seem like huge differences in numbers, but comparatively, historically, how big of a deal is this for San Diego?
Well, for San Diego, comparatively, we haven't seen this sort of mobilization of students, a sort of a multiracial coalition, and San Diego's working class since the 1960s. So for about 40 to 50 years, San Diego hasn't seen this sort of mobilization.
Why do you think this is important for the voters and for the candidates?
Well, this is important for the voters as well as for the candidates because what we see historically is that 70% of San Diego's voting population has been Caucasian, whereas only 49% of San Diego's eligible voters are Caucasian. So that essentially leaves about 20% of people who have been disfranchised and history.
Well, Chris, what do you think is going to keep this moving forward? Do you have something lined up?
Yes, we plan not to just be an organization who contacts voters every 4 years around election time. We want to be an organization that is constantly engaging voters and residents to make a difference in San Diego and build the San Diego that we all know we want to live in.
Right. Michael, what does it take? What do you think it's going to take to keep this momentum going, to keep these underrepresented, historically, people coming to the polls, going to the polls, and being engaged?
Well, a strong mobilization effort. I think engaging students and student activists in things such as summer internships and educational programs, as well as on the ground grassroots mobilization efforts by groups like this Alliance San Diego, as well as candidates in other organizations locally.
All right, we have links to your organization on our website, kpbs.org. Thank you both so much for talking with me.
Thank you for having us.